It's the end of baseball. The Giants didn't win. Still gonna represent my boys. Giants for life, baby.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy. I'm one half of the brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Metagame Minute is a twice-weekly segment where Mike and I talk about anything we want to talk about in the gaming world. I've gotten really good at saying this first part really fast and really concisely. One take, baby. That's all it takes. One take, baby. That's all it takes. It's hard to say. In this Metagame Minute, I want to talk about something that I don't really get in board gaming, and it's I have nothing wrong with it. I want to preface this with saying that I don't think anyone who really likes this is wrong or shouldn't like it or anything like that, but I don't get the obsession with poker chips in the board game community. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't care if a game has poker chips in it. I don't know. It's like, don't get me wrong, I love poker chips. I love the weightiness of poker chips. I love the kind of like weird like silicone rubbery feel that poker chips have. I really, really like poker chips in general, but I like poker chips when I'm gambling. But like, board gamers love poker chips, and if poker chips are in a game, gamers go freaking crazy over it. And again, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I just don't get it. And maybe it's just like poker chips aren't really my thing, and they are for other people. But a lot of times there's poker chips in games that like have nothing to do with poker or gambling or anything, and they're kind of in a game and everyone talks constantly about the poker chips, even though it has nothing to do with the game. The most recent examples I'm sure you all know I'm hinting at is Brass. Brass has the Ironclare poker chips that you could have bought if you got the Brass Kickstarter. But poker, as far as I know, and I haven't played Brass, but I've looked up the game a decent amount, and as far as I know, poker has nothing to do with Brass. And the kind of explanation for it was like, yeah, in big, heavy economic games, it's great to have poker chips. A lot of 18xx games, people put poker chips in to help count stuff and all this kind of stuff. And like, I guess, but I still don't get it. One of the issues with this I see is that people equate having really great poker chips with it being a good game. Now, I'm not saying Brass or any of these games that have poker chips are necessarily bad games, but people act like that's the thing that elevates the game. But if poker chips have nothing to do with the game, I don't get why that elevates it. Some people get on me in the comments of these videos because I constantly talk about the art of a game. And if a game doesn't have really good art, I don't like it as much. And some people are like, that doesn't matter because it doesn't make a game good just because it has good art. And while that is a totally fair argument and a totally fair viewpoint, I believe that art helps build the world of a game. Because if I'm in a game and it has really great art, it helps put me in that world and it helps me fill out that whole thing. But poker chips, especially if they have nothing to do with the game, don't do that for me. They actually actively take me out of a game experience. Because again, I love doing the thing with poker chips. I love whenever I'm gambling, whenever I'm playing blackjack or something like that, I just play with my chips the whole time like everyone else on the planet because it's super, super fun. But when I am playing a game that has poker chips, I'm still doing that. I'm doing that thing. And so my mind goes like, oh, you're playing a game here. We're in this world. We're doing this. We're doing this. But then the other part of my mind goes, we're gambling. We're in a casino because I'm playing with the chips. And for some reason, I can't meld those two things. They constantly combat each other. So having poker chips actively takes me out of the game I'm playing if it has nothing to do with gambling or poker or anything like that. Vegas Showdown is a game that uses poker chips for point markers, but that makes sense because it's about Vegas. But then you have a game like Splendor, which is a game that I don't personally enjoy. Mike doesn't enjoy it either. A lot of people really love it, and that's great. But that game has these really big, beefy, meaty poker chips with gems on them. And why? There's no reason for it, and people constantly talk about Splendor and its poker chips. Oh, the poker chips are so great, though. But I'm like, that doesn't have anything to do with the game. And the poker chips don't even fit with the game. And if Splendor had come out with just chits to represent all the different gems, I think it still would have done well. I think it still would have been relatively popular, but I'd be willing to bet that it would not be anywhere near as popular as it was if it didn't have those giant poker chips. And again, I don't think liking poker chips or wanting poker chips is a bad thing, and I don't think it's bad if you disagree with me on this. I just don't really get it. But that's just my view on them, and I'm totally cool if you disagree with me. So let me know down in the comments how you feel about poker chips. Are you kind of like me, where you're like, you know what, I don't get them. I don't get why people like them so much. I don't get why people are so obsessed with them. Or are you like, no, man, poker chips are where it's at. I want poker chips in everything because they make it really, really easy to count all your points. They're very easy to stack, which are also two very good points. But let me know down in the comments. So until next time, whether you love poker chips or you're kind of like me and you don't really care, remember, the more meta, the more better. How's it going? Just want to let you know that we are sponsored by Restoration Games. Restoration Games make wonderful, wonderful games from the past and restore them for you. And everything we film, everything we play is on top of Game Toppers, which is a really wonderful way to upgrade your gaming experience. Go check out Restoration Games and Game Toppers LLC for more information. Alright, cool. I feel like I need that one. Out. Okay.
Nick!
What is it, big face disheveled Nick?
Nick, I just want to let you know I really like French toast.
Cool. Cool. Thanks for letting me know.
Nick,
Yeah.
get rid of Mike.
What?
What? Why would you say that?